The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Journeyman Stud, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a three-time winner of the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap, along with three-year-old classic prospects in the Grade 2 San Felipe Stakes and the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby. We begin with sprinters at Santa Anita and the Grade 2 San Carlos Stakes. Shaking it up, the 7-5 favorite, Trevor Denman has the call.
They head past the half-mile pole, and Cyclometer goes on to lead them with Big Mocker right there in second. Wild Dude is now in third. Let's Get Cracking has to go 4 wide, but right there, Clubhouse Ride down at the rail. Here's Shaking It Up in the red colours, only 3 lengths off these leaders, alongside Ready for More. On the far side, Midnight Transfer making a run, and Z Watt is winding up from behind. Sahara Sky last, but only 7 covers them all. At the top of the lane now, and taking the advantage here, we have Z Watt towards the center of the track. Big Mocker is in there. Wall Horses, Clubhouse Ride, Midnight Transfer on the outside. Wild Dude, Clubhouse Ride, Big Mocker along the inside. Sahara Sky out of nowhere. Sahara Sky like a rocket. Sahara Sky to get up. Sahara Sky out of nowhere to win it.
3-1 second choice Sahara Sky closes strongly to defeat Big Mocker by half a length to repeat as winner of the San Carlos. Joel Rosario up in 120-4. Sahara Sky capped off last season with a victory in the Grade 1 Metropolitan Handicap. But in his seasonal debut, he finished last of 5 in the Grade 2 Palos Verdes Stakes. The 6-year-old horse by Pleasant Tap was acquired privately by trainer Jerry Hollendorfer and Kim Lloyd Sweetwater stable after he won his first start. This victory put Sahara Sky over $1 million in career earnings. Grade 1 winning millionaire Sahara Sky was bred in Florida by Martin Stables Incorporated. Florida breds, race him or chase him. Next, the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap. Palos Malice, the 6-5 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
Falling Sky under early pressure from It's My Lucky Day, Senor Quisqueano, and Palace Malice on the far outside. Uncaptured's going to take out of there and sit back in 5th. Golden Ticket and Narvaez, and they went a half mile into the far turn in 45 and 2. And it is Falling Sky, It's My Lucky Day, and Palace Malice, and they're across the track in the Gulfstream Park Handicap. Uncaptured is 2 lengths off of them. Golden Ticket is getting going from 5th. Then Senor Quisqueano and Narvaez. It is Palace Malice the leader. It's My Lucky Day. Uncaptured. Falling Sky has given way. Golden Ticket's in with a shot. He comes up on the far outside. And Uncaptured has taken the lead. Uncaptured and Luis Contreras in front with a furlong to run. Palace Malice fights on from the inside. Golden Ticket's on the far outside. Uncaptured. Golden Ticket. Palace Malice battles on. They're at the wire. Palace Malice has done it.
Palace Malice fights back to defeat Golden Ticket by a head for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland 2-year-old sale graduates. John Velasquez aboard in 133-4. The 2013 Belmont Stakes winner making his first start since finishing 6th in the Breeders' Cup Classic. The 4-year-old colt by Curlin was bred in Kentucky by W.S. Farish and originally sold for $25,000 at the Keeneland September yearling sale. Trained by Todd Pletcher, Palace Malice has banked $1.6 million for Dogwood Stable. The colt was consigned by Niall Brennan Stables to the 2012 Keeneland April 2-year-old sale, where he was purchased by Dogwood Stable for $200,000 after this 8th-mile breeze in 10-1. Classic winning millionaire Palace Malice, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Palace Malice paid $460 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Paul Miller Ford F-150. We own mornings, the barn, and the horses. We own the paddock, the farm, and yeah, we own America's best-selling truck. 37 years of truck leadership. Paul Miller Ford F-150, $18,990. Point, click, drive. Always open. PaulMillerFord.com.
Quillen has been providing quality leather goods worldwide since 1982. Our custom halters are handmade in the nation's largest halter shop right here in Paris, Kentucky. From checkbook covers, wallets, and a variety of gift items, or one of our famous handcrafted halter plate belts or work belt, all are hand finished in our leather shop. And for over 30 years, not a lot has changed in the way we do business and the quality of service and products you'll get at Quillen. Quillen Leather and Tack, South Main Street in Paris, or online at quillen.com.
Graded Stakes winner Trap Shot. Tactical speed with a devastating punch. Winner of 6 races by some 40 lengths, he defeated the winners of the Kentucky and Florida Derbies, win runner-up to a champion in the Grade 1 Haskell. And this unforgettable performance in the True North to win in 108 flat.
And Trap Shot is pouring it on!
Trap Shot, Tappett's best son at stud, stands at Claiborne Farm.
Paul Miller Ford F-250. We own Super Duty, the tailgate, and the trailer. We own Work, the farm, and yeah, we own America's best-selling truck. 37 years of truck leadership. Paul Miller Ford F-250, 26990. Point, click, drive. Always open. PaulMillerFord.com.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud. Multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out. And juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time with your friends and family? Then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see Thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to fold 'em. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Frankie Kilroe Mile just ahead in this segment. To Tampa Bay Downs for turf fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Hillsborough Stakes. Riposte, the 6-5 favorite. Richard Grunder picks up the call.
They leave the half-mile marker, and Donna's Fly Girl and Mike Allen trying to steal it. Cloudscapes up on the outside second. Watery Run toward the rail third. There goes Golseri. Angled to the outside by Javier Castellano, and she's kicking in for it. 2.5 lengths farther back. Riposte is now underway fifth. EB Rider on the outside sixth as they turn for home and they cut for the finish. Up on the outside, Golseri and Cloudscapes. Down along the inner rail, Watery Run battles back. Inside the final furlong. Here's Watery Run and Jose Lascano. Cloudscapes on the outside. Watery Run is still there. Cloudscapes will be lunging late. Wow, those two are very, very tight.
Cloudscapes fights back to take the photo by a nose over Waterway Run. Eric Rodriguez, the winning jockey, in 151-2. That's 3 consecutive wins over the course for Cloudscapes, who was last seen taking the Grade 3 Endeavor Stakes. The 5-year-old mare by Smart Strike was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Pin Oak Stud. The first of 2 graded stakes winners on the card for Graham Motion, Cloudscapes has earned nearly $263,000. Eric Rodriguez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Time for the Built Ford Tough Race of the Week, presented by Paul Miller Ford. Built Ford Tough for over 60 years. To Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Frankie Kilroe Mile on turf. ZA Approval, the 9-5 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
They've run past the half-mile pole, still winning prize the leader. Getting early pressure, though, from Tom's Tribute. On the far side, Regally Ready. Lochtie's tucked in fourth. Silentio is in fifth. Suggestive Boy is now 5 off the leaders. Inside of that, ZA Approval. Lakerville now has 8 to make up, and then Optimizer. coming to the top of the lane, and Lochte has room at the rail, and Lochte comes to take on Winning Prize as they turn for home. Regally ready behind that. Tom's Tribute's faded out of it. Suggestive Boy running on in the centre. Homeward bound, and Winning Prize finds more. Winning Prize holding Lochte at bay. Czar Approval and Suggestive Boy are finishing late, but it's Winning Prize in full flight for the wire, and Winning Prize will win it. Winning Prize and Corrie Nakatani have won the Frank Kilroe.
Winning Prize, the front running winner by half a length over Lochte, while getting 5 pounds from the runner-up. Corrie Nakatani up the mile in 1:32 2. A 3-time Group 1 winner in his homeland, the Neil Drysdale trainee adds a Grade 1 stakes victory in the U.S. to his resume. The Argentine-bred 5-year-old horse by Pure Prize was last seen taking the Grade 2 Arcadia Stakes over the course and trip. David Hirensberger owns the winner, along with Jose Nelson. Winning Prize has earned $610,000. The Spendthrift Farm Breed Secure Stallion of the Week is Tisway, one of the fastest milers of all time, and Tisnell's fastest son at stud. Spendthrift's Breed Secure program. If you don't profit, you don't pay.
At the top of the stretch, it's Tisway. Tisway by 4 as they come down to the line. Tisway takes the Met Mile with style. Look at the time, 1:32 and 4. Rail Trip is there. Giant Oak, flat out coming after him. It is Tisway in front, and Tisway was terrific.
Stud, home of the champion freshman sire in 2013, Dunkirk, whose progeny earned over $1.1 million, nearly $400,000 clear of his closest rival, with 6 individual stakes horses and 2 graded stakes winners, including Havana, winner of the Champagne Stakes and runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Dunkirk, the champion freshman sire in 2013, standing for just $15,000 in 2014 at Ashford Stud.
Caleb's bossy stride right on by, and he's gonna romp in the dirt mile.
Get up the low, hold up, Caleb Posse. It's gonna be a photo finish, and it takes Bishop. That is Caleb Posse.
Share what you love about Florida.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with 3-year-old classic prospects coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. 3-year-old turf fillies in the Grade 3 Florida Oaks. Tester Rossi, the even money favorite. Richard Grunder has the call.
They continue their journey up the backstretch. Easton Ford has the lead and now bumps the margin to 2. Spangled Banner is racing along second. 2 lengths farther back, Jerry Love is down along the inner rail. Now racing along third. Up on the outside, Miss Bessalou is now fourth. The length and now farther back. Kid and Caboodle is down along the inner rail and needs racing room fifth with a quarter of a mile still to run. Easton Ford is trying to pull the upset. Up on the outside, Spangled Banner now runs at the leader second. Testa Rossi up on the outside, swings to the center of the racetrack, now to be third. Babe's Ruler on the far outside, now racing along fourth with a furlong still to run. Easton Ford is toward the rail, and here she is, Testa Rossi, and Jose Lascano powers by the field, and she's the class of this bunch. Testa Rossi going away impressively by 3.
Testa Rossi draws off to take her 3-year-old debut officially by 3.5 lengths over Easton Ford. Jose Lascano up in 1:43.2. Winner of 3 of her first 5 starts in France, Testa Rossi captured the Grade 3 Miss Grillo Stakes in her stateside debut for trainer Chad Brown. The French-bred filly by Dr. Fong making her first start since finishing second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Testa Rossi has earned $445,000. The winner is owned by James Cavallo, Thomas Coleman, and Don Henny Racing Stable. To Oaklawn Park for the Grade 3 Honeybee Stakes. Undefeated Terrace, the 9-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
It is Terrace and Sugar Shock. They've been 1-2. Sugar Shock makes her move on the outside and puts the nose in front, 3/16 from home, and quickly opens a length on Terrace. Euphrosyne is chasing gamely from third. Then comes Kiss Moon in fourth, and Please Explain is rallying from behind. Final furlong, Sugar Shock. Euphrosyne's coming very quickly. Sugar Shock's all over the track. Euphrosyne had to alter course, and Please Explain is motoring up the inside. Sugar Shock, Euphrosyne, or Sugar Shock. Sugar Shock will finish first.
It was Sugar Shock and Channing Hill first under the wire by a neck over Euphrosyne, but for lugging out and impending Euphrosyne in the final 16th, Sugar Shock was disqualified to second. Euphrosyne ridden by Ricardo Santana Jr. Please Explain third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Time of the race 1:45.3. After finishing second in her first start for Tom Berry and trainer Eddie Keneally, Euphrosyne was acquired privately by her current owners and transferred to Steve Asmussen. An impressive maiden winner at Fairgrounds in her seasonal debut, she was coming off a runner-up effort in the Martha Washington Stakes over the track. The filly by Harlan's Holiday was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm. First or second in all 6 starts, Euphrosyne has earned $166,000 for Gillian Campbell and Partners.
Equinice, Grade 1 winning cold therapy compression bandages, suited for pre-race and post-race therapy. Draws heat away from the affected surface while cooling the treated area by as much as 15 degrees.
To Santa Anita for the Grade 2 San Felipe Stakes. California Chrome, the 7-5 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
They run past a half-mile pole and California Chrome in front 3 parts of a length to Midnight Hawk. They still well clear. They've opened up 4.5 lengths on School of Hard Rocks. Unstoppable Colby between them and Sawyer's Hill at the rail. Christo is now a good 8 lengths off the leaders, starting a run on the far side, and Recanted is still last. They've run past the 3/8 pole and it's still California Chrome and Midnight Hawk stride for stride. It's 4 lengths back to School of Hard Rocks and then Christo. They're at the top of the lane and California Chrome now kicks for home, and California Chrome opens up to lead by 2.5. Midnight Hawk battling in second, but it's all California Chrome as they come for home. They would need to sprout wings to get to California Chrome. Absolutely romping in under Victor Espinosa. San Felipe was a walkover for California Chrome.
California Chrome draws off to defeat Midnight Hawk by a widening 7 1/4 lengths. Victor Espinosa, the winning jockey, in 1:40.2. The Art Sherman trainee concluded his 2-year-old campaign with a victory in the King Gloria Stakes at Hollywood Park. And in his 3-year-old debut, California Chrome rolled to a 5.5 length victory over Tamarando in the California Cup Derby. The colt by Lucky Pulpit was bred in California by his owners, Martin Perry and Steve Coburn. California Chrome has earned nearly $535,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including SAR stats. Next, the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby. Conquest Titan, a 5-2 favorite, Once again, here's Richard Grunder.
To the far turn they go, and Ring Weekend and Daniel Centeno have suddenly opened up 8 lengths on the field. Surfing USA on the outside second. Vincent Ramos is down along the inner rail third. From the outside, Cousin Stephen is now set down for the drive fourth as they approach the quarter-mile pole. Ring Weekend at 14-1 is trying to steal away. He's still clear by 5. Surfing USA is now set down for the drive second. Vincent Ramos is down along the inner rail third, and here comes High Kodiak Warrior, and Lias needs racing room as they're into the stretch. Ring Weekend, Vincent Ramos is in full stride under the left-hand whip and now running at the leader, but they still have to run down. Ring Weekend, and Ring Weekend will pull the upset. Ring Weekend and 5-time leading jockey at Tampa Bay Downs, Daniel Centeno, will score on the wire by 3.
14-1 long shot Ring Weekend, the front running winner by 3 lengths over Vincent Ramos for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Daniel Centeno up in 1:43.3. The Graham Motion trainee stepping up to Graded Stakes Company after breaking his maiden at Gulfstream Park in his latest. The gelding by Tappet was bred in Kentucky by Gainesway Thoroughbreds and was a $310,000 Keeneland September yearling. Ring Weekend has earned $255,000 for St. Elias Stable and West Point Thoroughbreds. Coming up, a 3-time winner of the Big Cap.
Discover beautiful Ocala, Marion County, horse capital of the world. I'm Valerie Daly. Let me show you all our area has to offer. Here are a few recent listings. Laurel Mead, Paradise Palms, Dudley Farm, and Marnick. Ocala, Marion County. Come for a visit and you'll see why it's a great place to live.
To the Triple Crown runs through Gulfstream Park. The nation's best 3-year-olds compete in the historic $1 million Bessie Lou Stables Florida Derby, Saturday, March 29. Put on your fancy racing attire. Take part in the biggest race of the season. Come see the country's top horses, jockeys, and trainers. The $1 million Bessie Lou Stables Florida Derby, Saturday, March 29.
Great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
What a thriller in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Fort Lonnet digs deep. Mucho Macho Man, it's nose and nose to the wire. Fort Lonnet has won it.
But it is all Fort Lonnet. He went clear at the start. He was clear down the back. And he's coming home, turning handsprings. Fort Lonnet, brilliant in the Stephen Foster.
Fort Larned, due for 2014 at Adena Springs.
Justin Phillip won the Grade 1 Alfred G. Vanderbilt, just like leading sires Spitestown and Warfront. Justin Phillip won her place in 12 graded stakes, earning nearly $1.3 million. Justin Phillip had 32 lifetime starts at the highest level and retired sound. Justin Phillip is by the exciting young sire, First Samurai.
Old Colony provides the best coverage with the best service at the best rates, ensuring many of the finest farms and horses in the country at discounted rates for over 50 years. Let Old Colony provide insurance quotations from one of its nearly 20 different markets that will compete for your business. Old Colony Insurance, serving the horse industry with strength and stability at great rates for over 50 years. For more information, visit us online at oldcolonyinsurance.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the 77th running of the Big Cap, the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap. Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man, the 6-5 favorite. Here's the call by Trevor Denman.
Feel for the Santa Anita handicaps sent on their way to a good beginning. On the inside, Mucho Macho Man broke beautifully, but so did Game On Dude. So Game On Dude will go on to lead them early. Mucho Macho Man taken back into second. Here the Ghost on the outside. Will Take Charge is settled into the 4 spot, 4 lengths off the leaders. Then there's another gap of 4 back to Imperative. American Blend, Bling goes inside of that. And Rousing Sermon, the early trailer, gives them 10 lengths start. Into the turn they go, and Game On Dude out where he likes to be, showing the way. Game On Dude by a length now. Here the Ghost went a little wide into the turn, but is right there in second. 2 lengths back to Mucho Macho Man, a very comfortable third. He's 4 lengths off the leader. Just in behind that comes Will Take Charge, who's now getting a little closer to Mucho Macho Man as they move on to the back stretch. A gap of 4 back to Imperative, then American Blend. Blingo's still a good 8 lengths off the leaders, and 2 more to Rousing Sermon. They head to the half mile in the big cap, and it is Mike Smith and Game On Dude, 1.5 lengths, but Mucho Macho Man moving in early today. Mucho Macho Man goes to take on Game On Dude, and Will Take Charge on the far side. This is the race we've been waiting for. The 3 stars line up as they pass to 3/8. Game On Dude goes on with it. Game On Dude's finding more. Mucho Macho Man Will Take Charge on the far side. Imperative running on 4th. Heads a turn for home in the big one. Game On Dude goes on for home. Game On Dude the leader. Will Take Charge. Mucho Macho Man's done. He can find no more. Game On Dude the leader. Will Take Charge chasing. Game On Dude leads them. Game On Dude going to write his way into the history books. Game On Dude and Mike Smith have won the Santa Anita Handicap.
Game On Dude by Adena Spring Stallion Awesome Again runs into the record books, winning the big cap for the 3rd consecutive year. Will Take Charge 2nd and Blingo 3rd for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Stakes record time of 1:58 flat, a 1:08 for speed rating. The Bob Baffert trainee getting back to his winning form after losing his last 3 starts. The 7-year-old gelding records the 14th graded stakes victory of his career. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Adena Springs. He was acquired by his current owners as a 3-year-old. Game On Dude has won 16 of 31 starts and has banked just over $6.1 million. The winner is owned by Diamond Pride, Lanny Family Trust, Mercedes Stable, and Bernie Schappa. We'll have fillies and mares at Santa Anita and the Grade 1 Santa Margarita Handicap, along with 3-year-olds at Oaklawn Park and the Grade 2 Rebel Stakes, plus stakes action from Aqueduct, Fairgrounds, and Gulfstream Park next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture.